Hello friends on YouTube, I've got my model from Germany. Hey. Möchtest du dich selbst mal sagen, wie du bist und so?
Ich bin Kerstin, komme aus Germany, aus Feldhausen.
So.
Und ich lasse mich heute mal ganz überraschen.
Ganz überraschen. She will have a totally different hairstyle. So that's what I'm going to do. She has a perm into her hair that I don't like. So we make her a different woman. It's always to start with protection. And I've got myself a yellow cape because the sun is not shining. But I think it will after this haircut. It's the first time she is modeling for me, so I don't know what I've got in my chair, and the perm is terrible. First I start with wetting the hair, and then I think I take off a lot of hair. There's a nice round skull and a lot of hair in the neckline. Strong neckline, so there I can do a lot with. And she loves crazy things. So what I'm starting with is taking off a lot of hair. You see the hair is totally dry. Ganz trockene Haare. Wash through the hair how the skull is beneath it. And I can't call this hair because that is the condition of the hair. Just roughly make a shape in it, so I can start from there. I will certainly go deep into the hair because I want to get more rest into the hairstyle. I made myself a curve into her hair, so I parted the lines where I want to get ultra short and leave a little bit hair on top. And this part will be ultra short and this also, so the skull will have better shape. I start with clippering at the side. Let's take off some hair. Make nice soft facial lines. Take away the soft hairs. Using a clipper over comb technique because then I can control what I take off. And I'm sure I don't have problems with this perm anymore. Connect the sides to the back. Stay in an asymmetrical line. So there'll still be some perm curls over at the longer side. Using my clipper as a comb, go against the hair flow. Again, take away the small hairs. Go over the center of the skull. Using the skull bone as a guide. So I lean my comb on it. This gives me the direction I want to cut in. Again, against the hair flow, I comb with my clipper. Sharpest position to take away the small hairs. Go back to the line. I just cut with the clipper, and now I just watch through the hair where I made my first cut. Get in with my scissor and cut my first line ultra short. Be aware that you don't go deep into the hair, because otherwise you come into the clipper cut. You don't want that to happen, then you have to go shorter. First line I take always in a natural fall, then I correct it with my fingers by taking it up like I normally would do. Here comes the first perm curls. And I will end on the ear. So I'll take a chin line into my hairstyle. This is my first line. Now I take a new line on it. And I stay a little bit in the longer part of the hair. So I stay in this part. And I think it looks wonderful afterwards, because then the perm is not in the old hair but in the young hair. So it will look more stunning. So what I do now is I take the hair up. In the line I just cut. Find my connection. And leaving some length. And work now in the opposite line to the shorter part. Warst du schon mal in een Hollandische Friseurgeschäft?
Nee, noch gar nicht.
Noch gar nicht.
Nee, erstmal heute.
Okay. It's the first time she is in a Dutch hair salon. So hopefully she will not cry after this. Mama, what did I do there? Mutti, kom nou snel naar huis. Control the line in a natural fall in a freehand style, because I have to be aware of the curls they're in. But you see now the curls are more strong than it was on the longer hair, so that's why I leave them a little bit in, otherwise it would be ultra short and a man would be crying all night. Lay the hair over the rounding of the skull to the shorter side. Take them up, hold a little bit length, lay the fingers in the line of the line I just cut. cut off the hair. Be aware of the crown area, so lay the fingers a little bit in the rounding of the crown, so bend them a little bit. This gives also a curve on the hair. There's a slight graduation that lays in the curls. And I can already see that it is a better hairstyle. Laying a new layer on her hair. Go gently in. Take away the length. Don't force it when it lays on it. Take a new layer on it. You see that the perm on the ends is terrible. It feels like rope. And that I don't want. Now I've got myself to get me a new line, because I have to be aware that I need some length on the other side. So I cut it a little bit in a rounding. So you could see it like a disconnect. That I lay back. Nice jumping at the front. Connect it afterwards. Go from the short part on the front to the part behind the ear. Lay it all to the back, just to control the line, to make sure that all the connections are there that I need to get to the front, and lay them in the natural lines, so in the curve, laying around, not in a hard line down, wetting in between. So lay the hair in natural lines. Now you see there's still hair hanging over. And now I'll come to the part where I've got me a perm line and no perm at all. So I lay the curly parts aside, watch through the hair how this falls. In a scissor over comb technique, I connect this line again and make it softer. So I'm sure that the straight hairs don't bother about the line. I'm just cutting into her hair, because I have to find me a line between the straight hairs and the curved lines, and that I do with scissor over comb techniques. Lay them in the fall of the curls, bending to the back. Make sure the line is nice soft. In the meantime, I try to feel what kind of color I put into her hair, because it's important to have a good color. And in my feeling, I could get to a nice orange color with a nice brown undertone. I don't want to bleach the hair, because the perm would damage the hair totally, and I don't want that. Her husband loves long hair. Well, that's a problem, but when he feels this feels a lot better than long hair. Go back to the longer part. I've been there till I get to the ear. So now I got to connect the lines at the front to that line. Hold my fingers in the line of what I just cut. Bend them a little bit to the back. And thank God on this side the perm is not that bad as on the other side. And on top is the most bad, because I think there was a heating process on top. But this hair is also good because you can hear the cutting of the hair. Again, in a freehand style, connect both lines to each other. Make sure there are no hairs behind the ears. Take a new layer on it. Now I don't force it anymore. Just softly hold them in the hand so I can get the most out of the perm afterwards. And when I'm going to color this hair, I will certainly use the deep conditioner, so it brings out the curls even more and give a better end result. Watch if I get myself a stable line. Bend the curls also to the back. So leaning to the back and pointing to the chin line. This is like a cross control. So on the line I just cut, I go back. So then I'm sure that all the lines are similar to each other. Het is veel mooier. Het is een mooie kaaklijn, het is veel mooier structuur. Het ziet goed uit, niet?
War das jetzt genug? War das jetzt genug?
Nee, nee, nee. Dus die is besser aus. Kurze Haare. On the connection to the front, I make a little slice technique. So I make a playable effect in this ultra short hair. Also to take away the hardness of the lines. And do this over the line, I just cut. So I slice the lines away by leaning on the hairs that lay to the front and give them a float to the back. Coming to the front is terrible. It's a mess. First I connect it to the line of the longer parts. And I got to get rid of this terrible hair that's laying here. Well, this don't feel like hair. So I lay it over the hair, just cut. The line I told you is a disconnect line. It still is because I laid it over the same line. Bending to the front. Coming to the upper hair. Take it up in the line of the skull. Cutting up, straight up, so in a straight line up. Do this on the part that's in front of the center line of the skull. This center line to her right side to the center line. Walk around, stay in length. Now go on the center line, find me the connection. Time I take about a centimeter hair. So now I've got myself a real nice perm. The curls are a lot better than it was before. Still have the dramatic effect on the front, short sides, and bring out the skull lines even more. So now I'm going to create a wonderful strong color on there. Okay, now we're going to color hair. So I use protection for coloring. And as always, put on a cape and my world famous plastic foil. And I'll make her a new trendy color on conditioner base. I made her a color on conditioner base, so I put in some extra conditioner into the color. I used from Lakme the 849. Put in a copper plus, so something to stimulate the orange tones in it. Work till I get to the short line. I made this color with 9%, that's why I put also in a deep conditioner, so don't get damage to the perm, but give it a new condition. When it would be our own colors, I would put in lighting stripes, but now I don't dare that because then I damage the condition of her hair totally and now it feels like her, so that's why I'll leave it this way. Bring on the copper tones. In the rest product I put 300, so I make a darker undertone, so it gives more hold to the hairstyle, because when this will be in the same color, it looks not strong enough for me. Then I put into the rest colors I have of this color, and I mix them together. I don't put any peroxide in it, just the way it is. Lay it on the line, and then I comb it a little bit into the curly hair, so it gives an ultra soft line. But afterwards this will look stunning, because this gives her a strong baseline to hold the curls on. Comb both products into each other. Just lay it in the line of the line I've just cut. Took myself a little bit of the product and then I put on the eyebrows, just to give them the same line of color, so it will be more in one line. This don't have to stay on the time that the hair color does, because eyebrows are different hair, they color a little bit faster. This I rinse out with a cotton wick with a little bit shampoo on it. Okay, we're back from coloring. What I'm going to do on styling is put in a cream gel or keratin oil of Lanza. This to give more power to the hair. Makes the hair lovely strong. I just blow dry it with the use of my fingers. Bring more volume into our hair. Just pulling on the basic lines of our hair, so there are no perms. But that gives also the strength to the curls. Now almost all the hair is dry, so just keep pulling the hair from the roots up, just to create some volume. I don't need it totally dry, because for curly hair it's not good to dry it totally. But you see that the Lanza product gives a lot of strength to the hair. I take a crystal turn of Goldwell. This is soft wax, gel wax. The nice thing about this product is it don't greases the hair, gives a lot of shine to the hair. You can work it out nicely. And you can use it every day on your hair without having to wash it. So this is a new hairstyle, a new color. I think she looks wonderful with it. Duizelig maar erin. Ja, dat gaat niet zo snel met die stoelen. Do you like it?
Yes.
Vind je zo shit?
Ja.